I do organize this event, Milford Artisan Market, and just so happy with the weather we've had this weekend and the turnout and all the wonderful vendors and musicians and dancers. And now we have a real special treat. It's my husband, Ron. He is a martial artist. He's been one basically his whole life. And I'm going to let him talk a little bit about his swords he's going to use. But he's going to do a little Halloween pumpkin slicing, slashing demonstration for you all. It should be kind of exciting. I just wanted to take a minute to just, thank everybody for their support and, just very thankful for how this all came together this weekend. So here's Ron.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start off. I'm just going to show you. We have any kids in the audience? Who had? Okay, we got some kids here. I already asked him about it. If everybody's heard of Magellan, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of this sword to start off with. Okay, when Magellan went to the Philippines, he got defeated by a person who was the Datu or chief of a tribe called Lapu-Lapu. That was his name. Okay, and it's rumored that he defeated Magellan with this sword. Okay, I did a lot of research over the years. This particular design is only about 400 years old. I think Magellan, if I'm not mistaken, was in the early 1500s, maybe 1523. I might be off on that date, but in my research, I don't think this was the sword. A lot of the swords, when you see the statues in the Philippines, they don't look like this. However, they have the alligator jaw look, which I'll explain in a minute, on both ends. The look of the sword that was mostly in most of the statues and old depictions of Lapu-Lapu, usually it looks like this, and possibly a little bit bigger. It had evolved into the other look that I showed you over the years, and mostly the chief of the tribe would carry it, that type of sword. So this is, like I said, this is the design, but this is what the commoners carry. Commoners meaning like the people of the tribe, people that weren't didn't have royalty and all that. So they were the ones that would carry this particular one. And you can see it doesn't really have the alligator jaw looking part on it like the other sword does. Okay. Okay, I'll explain the alligator jaw part. Actually, we mistakenly call it alligator when the alligators are only here in the Americas. So it's actually crocodile. And everybody that goes there always says the same thing, alligator jaws. Okay, but they have crocodiles out there. The crocodile out there is a very spiritual animal, a very powerful animal. So they had it, you can see the jaw, the handle has the jaws on it. The end of it has the alligator-looking jaws. That's supposed to be the power of the sword. There's very spiritual meanings behind a lot of this. They do that a lot. Like, for example, this one that I said was the version that you see in most of the depictions of Lapu-Lapu. This is of the cockatoo, the handle. And again, it has very spiritual meanings behind it because the cockatoo is so intelligent, and a lot of the animals were where their spiritual beliefs were. Of course, this goes back in time because right now Christianity had taken over the Philippines, and of course Islam also. So you're going to see both sides. However, a lot of the old ways are still held on to to make their Christianity and their Islam a little bit different than the rest of the world. Now, the thing is, I'm a sword collector. I'm an avid sword collector. And I have a business called traditionalfilipinoweapons.com. I also teach how to use these particular swords. I have a school up in Waterbury, Connecticut, where I teach Filipino martial arts. I teach Aina Santo Kali, I teach Pakiti Terja Kali, and I teach a style called Kuntao. I've been in it all my life, since the 70s, actually. My first style was like a Tang Sudo type style back in the 60s, and I found Filipino martial arts, which absolutely blew my mind. So it had a lot of answers to modern day self-defense, and I like swords. I think everybody does. Being in the business, people all over the world buy swords, and I can't believe the amount of people that just buy them to hang them up on their wall even. They don't even have to know how to use them. It's just, I think, part of our DNA. Since the beginning of time, mankind had to use a bladed something or another, a tool of something or another to build their shelter, to eat, so they could survive in general, skin their furs, and of course they did it also so they could, for self-defense. So that's another reason too. So, of course, being an avid sword collector, I'm going to celebrate Halloween my way that I know how to celebrate it best. And that is to cut these pumpkins here. You can see by the faces that these kids over here had drawn on it, these pumpkins are scared stiff. I'm going to try to do this without cutting the stool. Imagine that.
Should we move the mic stand? I'm going to move the mic stand over. Or?
Oh, you're all right there.
Okay.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Woo! Woo! Oh, wow! Woo!
One more. Just to show you how they're used. Like I said, this is a carry. I'll do the microphone. This is carried by the chief. Like I said, it's a very long sword. Usually, royalty usually has the longest sword, the biggest sword, just to prove a point there. That's throughout many cultures, not just the Philippines. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you are ever interested, look on traditionalfilipinoweapons.com. That's my website. I was supposed to bring some flyers to hand out to everybody, and I forgot them, but that's okay. At least we get to celebrate Halloween and enjoy it together. It's one of my favorite holidays.